Good morning members. Welcome to a video update, one of many that we'll be doing in the coming weeks and months to keep the membership up to date with everything that's happening at PK whilst you're not here. As previously advised to members, we stood down over 60 staff a few weeks ago when the COVID-19 shutdown of golf courses came into place. We've been looking at their business and evolving how this shutdown would work and putting measures in place to make it easier for the staff to know their roles and to know their situations during the shutdown. We've been budgeting for 3 different scenarios. 1, the full shutdown of the golf courses like we're doing. 2, a partial opening, maybe in a 2-ball sense in the coming weeks, months, when we're advised by the government that's safe to do. And 3, what the business will look like once we are opened again for golf and when we're open again for the clubhouse and obviously accommodation and outside income. This has been a really tough period for the staff to plan and the executive and the board to look at the business because things change hourly and weekly and different scenarios come into play when all those changes are in place. The staff have been amazing in this shutdown period for the last 3 to 4 weeks. Senior staff have really kept working more than they normally worked and have taken pay cuts to adjust to the cost structure of the business to benefit the business in the short-term period. We've had some staff back as advised in the update last week, working with the course staff, doing some planting, doing some areas of the course that require more hands on deck to do, and that's coming up really well. We've done a lot of work in the clubhouse. We've done some cleaning of all the kitchens, the bars, the storerooms, the buggy storage floor, the walls. All areas of the clubhouse have been fully scrubbed and fully cleaned in areas that we'll never have been able to get to with members or guests in the house staying in the clubhouse. So that's been a great achievement and it's been really good. We've doubled our security presence around the boundaries. We've done a lot more fencing work. We've done a lot more night drives, checking the boundaries and the perimeters of the course during the shutdown period for the community. We thought that was very crucial that we upgraded our security with extra people, which has involved some full-time staff helping our security company, Brendan, who has always been security for the last 20 years, and that we think's worked really well with upgraded security. Our front gates have been fully locked down. Now moving forward with that, members will notice this when they come back to play golf, that our front gates will be fully locked down in quieter times, and the peak times they'll be open. There'll be videos sent out to members in the coming weeks on how this will actually work and how a member can actually access the front gates into the golf course. As updated by our Director of Courses, Mr. Glenn Stewart, last week, all greens have been cored the last 2 weeks. North, south, all the practice greens, all the short game area greens. This will be a great benefit to members once they come back, that they will not have to play on these surfaces once they've been cored, and will be beautifully ready for beautifully prepared for the members when they return to play golf. We're also looking at the first south carriageway and rebuilding the tee on the left-hand side and putting in some drainage there. We're also looking at the creek system work with beautification works to the creeks. We think this is one of the areas that's lacking a lot of care, and now we've got some time to get into there. There'll be some work going on with the course staff, plus some of the pro shop, kitchen staff who are helping out on the course as well. These works are happening this week and will continue for the coming weeks in the beautification of the creeks. We'll also have the pro shop and the hospitality staff planting native plants. We've got 21,000 plants to plant. We did 6,000 plants last week. Fire break works, walk track clearing, vegetation weeding, turfing and bunker programs will also be done by all the pro shop and hospitality staff who are helping the course staff in the coming weeks, gearing the courses up for an easy handover to members once we're allowed back to play golf. We've had staff making phone calls to our 70-plus-year-old members. we found that the members really appreciated getting these phone calls. Staff are checking in on their welfare, seeing if they're okay, seeing if they had any questions about their subscription notice sent out, and just seeing if they needed anything in general that we could help out with. Our wonderful women's committee have also been doing this to the women group over the 7-year-old plus as well. And we will continue to do this in the coming weeks, months, just to check in on our members, to see how they're going and to see if the club can help them out in any way. Thank you to all the members who have paid their subscription since the notice went out last week. We've had a lot of members pay up front, and it helps support the club in this time with the COVID-19. We've had many questions the past week since the subscriptions notice went out. The board and management are currently doing a Q&A for all members to read these questions and get the answers that the members have asked the past 7 days. We'll be sending this out to the membership in the coming week. I really like to thank the board for the past month since the COVID-19 crisis hit the world, especially Australia. With management, they've worked tirelessly on what the club looked like while we're still playing golf, what it was going to look like after we're playing golf, and are still working away with management on what the club will look like once we reopen. I particularly like to thank our executive, our president Ben Fenwick, our captain Stephen O'Brien, our vice president William Walke, and our treasurer Patrick Malcolm. They have worked tirelessly, especially the last 2 to 3 weeks, with the senior management on all the proposals that we've put forward and the way we're going to look forward to the future with the golf club opening up. All our board members do this on an honorary basis. They have given us their time when we needed it all the time. We've met by Zoom and had many a meeting by telephone calls on the ever-changing rules that the government are bringing in place on a daily and weekly basis at the moment. All along, our board members have got their own businesses, their own jobs, and their own families to worry about at home that have been working very hard for the good of the club, and I thank them a lot. We also thank you, the members, for all your lovely phone calls, your emails, your direct contact with a lot of our staff to see how they are, to see how they're going in this crisis. It's been very warming to know that the staff are loved by so many members. I'd personally like to thank all the members who have rung me, emailed me myself, and to find out how my family are going and particularly how I'm going. This makes what PK is, a great club, a great family club, and we can't wait to have you back. As noted previously, we're here to help any member who is currently struggling financially or in personal reasons due to the COVID-19 situation. Please feel free to contact the club in a strict confidence phone call or an email to me, and we can sit down and talk about how we can help you out at the club. As stated last Wednesday, we will be doing a communication every Wednesday to members. These will be video updates from staff, cooking classes, pro tip lessons, and courseworks and general works around the club. We're doing this to keep the members engaged and to keep the staff engaged with the membership. We think it's very important that you can see what work is still happening, because there is lots of work still happening at your club. What's next, we ask? We really hope that golf is allowed in some sort of sense in the coming weeks or months. We really look forward to having members back at the club, whether that'll be in a social 2-ball game or maybe in a group of 3. We just don't know. We'll be guided by government advice and how we can open the club again. We will ensure that the club will be ready for this, and we're already planning on how this will look and how it will work with the membership. But we ask you to be patient, and we ask you to be strong with your thoughts that we will open here again and we'll be back to the PK you know.